Yo, yo, yo! What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Max&JuanCast. I'm with my co-host, Max. Max, how you doing today, my brother?
Man, fuck technology, bro. Dude, I wanted to start the show with that. I'm so pissed off. I'm good now. Juan can attest. I was just screaming into the. I don't want to talk about it. I'm so pissed off. I'm just.
Look, I'm gonna excite you right here, bro.
All right, let's go.
It's not Super Bowl Sunday, but you know what's on? The Pro Bowl, baby. We're gonna do a full breakdown of the Pro Bowl, inside matchups, who's gonna win, fucking stat fucking prediction, all of that. Pro Bowl fucking centric. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. We are not gonna be talking to Pro Bowl, all right? The Pro Bowl fucking sucks. Who knows who's gonna watch? I feel sorry. You gotta be bored as hell to be watching the Pro Bowl. I mean, shout out, it's in Vegas, in Raiders home stadium. But other than that,
nice.
Yeah. Other than that, we're gonna be something similar to the Pro Bowl. We're going to be doing our all pro teams. Me and Max have a lot of fun doing our all pro teams. This is not what we think they're going to vote. This is not based on, any influence of any kind by writers or anything like that. This is our personal opinion. This is the MJC all pro team. Okay. We got two teams from each of us, okay? Because got a little bit different. Some of them are similar. We got similar players, of course, just for the obvious ones. But me and Max got different opinions for the most part. So, if you guys are new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button, bro. We have so much content coming out in the next couple of weeks, man. Super Bowl Sunday, next weekend. We got the breakdown coming on Wednesday. We're excited, bro. So this is a little bit of juice to get you guys going. Little weekend, bi-week podcast, kind of something to get you guys over. Talk about some of the fantastic seasons these guys have been having this year. So let's kick it right off, bro. Let me get my document open. All right.
So
make sure I see your team.
For the first team, since we have so many similarities, can I just read off the similarities we have first?
Yeah.
So, can I go? Are you ready? I want to make sure.
No, go ahead. I'm going to pop it up for the audience. The audience will see our team. Yeah.
Okay, so for the first team, these are just the guys me and Juan have in common. Aaron Rodgers, we both have at QB. Jonathan Taylor. For our two of our receivers, we have Devontae Adams and Cooper Kupp. We both have Travis Kelce. We have Trent Williams. We have Zach Martin and Tristan Wirfs. So our differences are one receiver and two linemen. Honestly, with the first team, I don't think there's too many disagreements you can go. But I think the disagreements we have are interesting. So that's what I'd go with. Like, how can you argue with Cooper Kupp and Devontae Adams? Like, for me, those guys, Cooper Kupp for sure is a lock, right? No. He led the league in all three. He would dominate it all year. Devontae Adams won. He's the only receiver on his team I think who's worth the shit, honestly. Yeah. And I think that went into me. And then we have a huge difference. We have Deebo Samuel. You have Deebo Samuel, excuse me. I have Jamar Chase. And it's not easy. It's really not
a big
easy.
difference. I mean, not a big difference. As you guys will see in the second team, I'm pretty sure you got Deebo Samuel. And
yeah, I do. I do.
And in my second team, I have Jamar Chase. So, I mean, it's different. For me, the big thing with Deebo, I feel like Deebo is the 49ers. Like, I think he was the most valuable player on that team. And his versatility just spoke volumes for the season. This dude, he's a guy that played running back for them in crucial situations, and he played receiver. What a bad quarterback for the most part.
No. He's a winner. He's a winner.
Yeah.
That's all I hear.
Same postseason record as Mark Sanchez, but he's a winner. Come on. Jimmy G couldn't throw the ball more than 25 yards downfield. And the fact that he got all those yards, it's impressive to me. And I just think on offense, he's one of the most reliable players I have seen in probably like 10 years.
A lot of first downs, when you talk about Deebo Samuel.
Yeah.
I think he had, 80s? something in the 80s if you
Dude,
combine the rushing stuff.
yeah, I had Max look up the first downs that he had as a receiver and a running back, and the numbers were in the 80 plus. And that's with guys like Devontae, Cooper Kupp, Justin Jefferson. Like, those are dogs. Like, these are guys that move the chains. Because I just felt like every time Debo touched the ball, it was a first down to me. Like, there was a certain point in the season, like the dude was averaging like 10 yards per carry, something insane like that. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
That
I don't blame
wrinkle
you
in
with
their
Jamar
offense
Chase
was
though.
crazy. Yeah, I just feel like with Jamar, I'll make my case for him. One, this is what stood out to me. One, if it's quarterbacks, receivers, you're fucked. You can't
Yeah,
get everyone you want in there, right? Like,
right.
it kind of sucks. We only have 2 quarterbacks because when I sent it to you, I'm like, I want to have like 3 quarterbacks in each because they're that good. But with Jamar, I felt like he added something to this Bengals offense that sorely missed. And yeah, like Debo's amazing. He's the number one threat on their team. But they still have Kittle, right? And I think Jamar just gets more attention because you kind of have to worry about more people on the Niners. And that's no disrespect to Debo Samuel. He's a great player, but Jamar Chase, he's a burner. He's a
Don't you
one
think
hit.
look, I agree with you to a certain point, but when did you say like Tyler Boyd and T Higgins ain't no slouches?
They're not slouches, but they're not at the level of Kittle. Or and the Niners run game puts you in such a bind. It's again, it has nothing to do with Debo. He's a great player. I'm not going to penalize him for being on a good team. But I just thought Jamar added something. It's kind of like the Steph Curry effect in a sense. Like, yeah, he's out in a slump, but there's always 2 guys guarding him. There's like
Yeah.
2.5 guys guarding him. Like, how many times does Jamar run down the field and take 2 people with him and get
Yeah.
somebody open? And part of that is Joe Burrow. I mean, like if Debo played with Joe Burrow, I'd probably be a lock for first team, right?
Yeah.
But
And
these
I
are the
would say
realities.
this. I would say this, Max. If this wasn't a regular season award, I would agree with you. I will put Jamar Chase. The fact that this is a regular season award, this is how I'm looking at it. I'm taking playoffs out of it. I know it's hard because right now we're in playoff mode, and Jamar Chase and Debo Samuel obviously deep into the playoffs. So you have the playoff games in your head. Let's look back at the regular season and let's be real. Jamar Chase hit the rookie wall. Now he bounced back the last game of the season, really, and fucking got like
Yeah,
200 plus yards. I mean,
last
he
3
made up
games.
for it.
That's not there was a lot more peaks and valleys with Jamar than
Yes,
Debo. But I thought the highs of Jamar were higher than the highs of
they were
Debo.
super high. And I'm
And
gonna
it's
say
and it's
this.
no disrespect. That's just the reality. That's what he did.
No, yeah, that's the facts of it. And I'm gonna say this. And I know people may say that's stupid for me saying this. I think Jamar Chase is arguably the best receiver in the league. That's just my opinion. But this is a regular season award. What I've seen in the playoffs made me feel that way for Jamar
Mm.
Chase, that he's the best receiver in the league. I think he has it all. I think he has the short to intermediate stuff. And then he's one of the most ultimate burners that we've seen. He has like that Randy Moss, like that extra gear when the ball's in the air and he just runs away from the dude.
Other than
Jamar Chase,
Tyreek, who
yeah.
is
I mean,
he's
Tyreek is
there.
just pure
Yeah.
speed.
Yeah, he's a different guy, different animal. He's a
Yeah.
cheetah. He's like a really fast I don't know, what's another
Yeah.
fast animal? Like a lion? I don't know. But
But
I have to say go ahead, yeah.
regular season, Debo. I'm going with Debo.
First, this is the one thing I'll say about Debo. I don't think any other NFL receiver could do what he did. Like playing running back. I don't think anyone else could do what he did in that front. He's so physical, it's crazy. Hell of a season. I just went with Jamar. That's my guy since college. He was my number 1 receiver. He's my number 1 receiver. He's one of my number 1 receivers now. I'm riding with my dog. Debo Samuel. I'm sure Joey will be pissed off at me, but like, fuck you. Your team lost.
So out of the guys, let's just talk a little bit about the locks. Who was the biggest lock for you out of all these guys
On the first team,
on the first team?
Jonathan Taylor. He was,
Really? Okay.
and it's not, and it's not like it's just because they have him. I just think the running backs, dude, are just so like who else had a case to be with Jonathan Taylor? Like Derrick
Right.
Henry got banged up. Dalvin Cook was banged up.
Yeah.
I just don't even think it was close between him and somebody else. That's what you mean by lock, right? Like someone I was
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Yeah. Like
Did you have any
it
struggle
wasn't
putting Jonathan Taylor?
no. I mean, I did look at Derrick Henry, but it's like he was hurt.
Yeah, he
Like,
played 8 games.
you
That's what
know
I'm
what I
saying.
mean?
Like,
So yeah, Jonathan
talent-wise, there's
Taylor.
guys on the level, but season-wise, no one had a season like that.
I think there was 4 guys for me on this list. I'll probably say 5. 5 guys on this list that I didn't really think. Like, I was like, oh, there's
Oh, okay.
no question. Aaron Rodgers, Jonathan Taylor, Travis Kelce, Trent Williams. And then the 5th one was Cooper Kupp. But, I mean, there's multiple receivers, you know.
Yeah, I would agree with you.
Those were the
Rodgers,
5 guys.
at this point, you can pencil in Kelce. It's, like, stupid to
Yeah.
say. Like, I kinda want him to I kinda want Kittle to get him, but it's
Is
just too
he
consistent.
gonna go down as the greatest tight end in NFL history?
No, Gronk, for sure. Gronk just because of the
Gronk is there,
touchdowns
but I
and
mean,
3 TDs but Kelsey's so slept on because it's just a machine-like. It's so machine-like. It's like, here's 1,000. Here's
I
1,000.
think I think when it's all said and done, Travis Kelce is gonna be the most accomplished tight end
Oh,
as far
that
as
for sure.
stats wise. It's not
'Cause
gonna be close.
to be honest, Kittle, I don't even wanna say, like, he's on the downfall, but he can't stay healthy. Like, honestly, if we were gonna power rank the tight ends for this team, I would have Pitts before Kittle for
Oh
just the
yeah,
all pros.
Kittle for the regular season. I mean,
He's
you
hurt
can't
all the
consider him.
time.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's hurt all the time, and I don't want to be mean to say that he's still super talented. He does so much for that team, but it just seems like Kelsey's in a league of his own when it comes to all pros.
yeah. Kelce has already racked up 9,000 yards in his career, Max. Exactly on the button. And literally, his worst year was his rookie year because he got hurt. But ever since then, this is his yards: 862, 875, 1125, 1038, 1336, 1229, 1416, 1125.
It's just
That's
machine like, bro.
unreal.
You don't see that from
Unfucking
tight
real.
ends.
That's
And
what
he
Alex Smith,
think about the
majority.
health 2-1. He doesn't get hurt. Never gets hurt,
Yeah.
it seems like. It's like one game
Let's
here and
see.
there.
Let's see how many games he has missed. Okay. So taking away 2013, ever since then, 11 out of 16, 16, 15, 15, 16, 16, 15, 16.
How many of
That's
those 15s though are just sitting the last week of the
yeah,
season?
right. Probably sitting the last game of the season.
And then
And you
it
know
seems
what?
like
It's kind of hard. I like the fact that you brought that up because some of these guys, it was kind of hard to gauge, even though they missed games. You got to remember if it was COVID or not.
yeah, exactly. And I just felt like the only guy I would put in Kelsey's like tier of talent. Well, there's 2 guys I'd say. I would put Pitts and Kittle, and it seems like Kittle's banged up or he's hurt. And Pitts, he's a
And Waller
rookie.
was banged up too. I mean,
Waller
Waller's
too.
another.
I should have put Waller in there too.
Yeah, but Waller wasn't even close. I mean, he got hurt, and even when he was healthy, he probably only had one good game, and it was against Cincinnati, ironically. Who else? Trent Williams, best left tackle in the league. I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah, no discussion.
I owed him last year. I'm not holding him this
You
year.
did. You owed him last year.
I
Man.
did. I ain't going.
It's remarkable the left tackle position is in such great hands. There's so much fucking talent, man. From the young studs to the old fellas, man. Like they're doing their thing, dude. And at right tackle, we both got Wirfs, right?
I looked for somebody, not to be a hater, just to make sure like I'm taking it like seriously.
Yeah.
I didn't even think it was close. I thought he just
Yeah.
dominated. And we go back, he's the 3rd tackle taken in that draft, 4th maybe.
Yeah.
And it seems like that was a huge miss. And we questioned him coming out. We didn't have the show back then, but I was like, man, is he like big enough? I still really like Mekhi Becton, who just can't stay healthy. And I like Andrew Thomas, but Wirfs is in a league of his own. He's lined up. He's him and Ramczyk for me.
Yeah. I see that you don't. So that's the only right tackle you have on both teams.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought
Okay.
I didn't really think.
Once we get to the second team, I actually picked another right tackle.
Lane Johnson?
Not really, but
Trent Brown? Trent Brown maybe for the win?
You'll see, definitely. Trent Brown. But Zach Martin, that's another lock, right? We both had him. Amazing all-pro guy.
Every year, pencil him in.
Center, so you had Jason Kelce.
Hell yeah. Come on. The mainstay
Is
of our
that just because
O-line that
you're
was
Eagle
banged up.
fandom?
I mean, it helps. Not gonna lie, it looks great. Has an amazing beard. But no, I honestly picked him because we had the best run game in the NFL, and I
That
just
makes
think
sense.
I think of our O-line. It was banged up in and out. I just thought he's like the linchpin. He's the guy. Get him out in space. Centers go one. I don't know who your first team center is. It's probably Corey Linsley. I think
Yeah,
Kelsey's game is just different. Like he can get out and move. He's really good in the pass, good in the run. Both guys don't have any weaknesses, but I just think Kelsey's a better fit for
yeah.
me. That's what I like
And
as a
you know
center.
what? That's a great thing to bring up. Like you're not gonna have the number one rush attack without having great linemen, obviously. So you had to pick one. I like the fact you picked Jason Kelsey. I just thought Corey Linsley had a better year. I just thought him getting paid all that money. I believe he's the highest paid center as we speak right now. I
Hmm.
might be wrong, but that fat contract he got, he proved it. And he was the automatic leader on that team. Like I heard he was a big part of Slater, the impressive rookie, like a good mentor to him. And I like Lindsley is just he's good,
Money
man.
well spent.
Yeah, most definitely.
Money well
And
spent.
then Batonio for left guard. And I had Nelson. I would really love to hear your reasoning why you picked Batonio over Nelson.
Nelson missed too many games. I thought Batonio
Yeah,
was
but two, I
Nelson's way better, in my opinion. But Batonio, I just thought I didn't think he misses many games. Like I don't know. I just saw a little bit of weakness from him too. Like I get he was playing hurt, Quentin Nelson, so that's why I went Batonio. Like it was close. Like
I
in a
mean he
normal
missed two
year,
of them though, Max, from COVID. He wasn't hurt.
he was
He only
also hurt.
missed
No,
three
he had the
games.
bad ankle game, didn't he? Quentin Nelson, he was
Yeah,
banged up for a
he
while.
missed the game from legit injury, but I
I
think
just
one or
thought
two of them
this
were from
year
COVID.
he missed 13 games and he right? No, I'm sorry. Quentin
No,
Nelson played in 13 games,
13.
but he got knocked out of one game super early
Mm-hmm.
with the ankle injury. So that's what I went with, man. Like in a normal year, Quentin Nelson, if he's just healthy, he's the best guard in football. So I didn't want to be a hater of Quentin Nelson because you know how much I love him. I love the Colts. It's just I thought he played a little less level than I'm used to him seeing, and that's still elite. It's still second team All Pro. I'll just spoil that real quick,
Yeah.
but I didn't even.
I went with Nelson. If he would have missed 3 games due to injury, it would have been different. But the fact that one of them was COVID and basically like their whole team was out that week when they played Arizona, I'm giving him a little pass. And like you said, Nelson, it's not even close. He can arguably
Don't
be
say
the
it.
best lineman
Oh, I thought
in
you
the
were gonna
league.
say. I think Quentin Nelson's gonna play tackle. That's
I
every
think
year
he can
one
play
play. I don't know
tackle
why they don't
too.
play fucking tackle.
I think he could too.
Did you
But
think this year it was like a normal year for him, or he was a little down from what you've seen?
um yeah, due to injury, but I think he still played fucking
I know. I
elite.
say no. 90% of Quentin Nelson's better than
Yeah.
80% of the guards in football.
Yeah. I just thought he still had an elite year. Like
Oh,
Jonathan
definitely.
Taylor, them having that rushing attack, like
Hmm.
still really good, dude.
Carson
So
Wentz
that's
is.
our
Oh
first
wait,
teams.
offense,
Yeah,
offense for
so
sure.
that's our first team offense. I like it, dude. A little bit about A-Rod. You want to say anything there? I mean MVP,
MVP
obviously.
of the year. I know he's an asshole. I know he lost a
And I
playoff game where the other team
exactly.
didn't score, so it's his fault. But he's an amazing quarterback.
Yeah. Let's move on to defense. Let me get up your defense right here. Okay, so edges. Little bit of a difference. We both got TJ Watt. We both got Aaron Donald. As far as cornerbacks go, you have Jalen Ramsey. We both got Ramsey. We both got Tyrell.
Oh, are you serious? Wow,
Yeah,
I'm shocked you put
I put
AJ
Trayvon
Terrell.
Diggs.
Oh my god, and you put Derwyn James?
Yeah.
Wow.
So we both got James, and I think that's it, right? Or
I
those
like how
the
you
only
spelled Darius Leonard's name, Leonard.
Leonard. uh oh, and we both got Micah Parsons.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
That guy was the.
You could
So who's the
arguably
biggest?
put him at edge.
Who are the locks for you?
The locks for me, Aaron Donald, Darius Leonard, Ramsey.
TJ Watt?
No, not
Really?
necessarily. I thought about it. Like, I know he had a bunch of sacks, but I was thinking about putting Garrett in his place instead of Watt.
Was
But
Micah a lock for you?
yeah, Michael was a lock.
I think so
Yeah.
too. I put him at linebacker just so I could put more like edges in there because they're better
Right.
players than most linebackers right now.
Yeah.
So I went with Cameron Hayward. You didn't even have him on yours first team. I just thought he kicks ass in the interior, and you can kind of contribute some of his success to TJ Watt. I think it's kind of weird. They have like a symbiotic relationship because it's like, oh, we got to look for this guy, and now the other guy kind of gets off. And
Right.
I know Pittsburgh's defense was bad, but I think those two guys are ass kickers, man.
Right. To me, I think Myles Garrett, I keep on coming away every season wanting more from him. I feel like there's points in the season where he's like really nowhere to be found. And I know he's had injury issues and, he plays hurt a lot. I think he had like the ankle problem this year. But I just think Nick Bosa, dude, just had an underrated year. I just don't think anyone was talking about him enough in the regular season.
Well, I think it's
And
because the Niners struggles. They went off to the slow start, and then he kind of got banged up in the biggest game of the year against the Rams.
And not to mention, came off of a fucking torn ACL.
Yeah, he definitely started slow, Nick Bosa. And you know what's crazy one? I just pulled up Myles Garrett's stats. I think he has 16 sacks. I feel exactly like you do. I feel like there's so much meat on the bone for him.
Yeah, so
like
he can get that's crazy to think because he can get so much more.
Is it just because like they have no one else really to key in on, especially this year? Like they're playing Malik McDowell off the street and just Jadeveon
I think it's a lot of Chandler Jones like games. You know how Chandler Jones got the 5 sacks in one game?
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of that. Like all of a sudden you'll get that 3-sack game from Myles Garrett, but the next week he wouldn't be nowhere to be found.
But you know
and
what?
Like
he had a 4.5 sack game, and every other game was 1.5, 1.5, 1.
Yeah.
But like
I just feel like he doesn't
he's been a big
games,
guy.
Though.
Yeah. So there's some games where you're like, where are you? Like, be disruptive. Like, hit the quarterback every fucking time.
Yeah. Like for instance, when the Raiders played him, I thought he kind of died down in the second half. Like he started off strong in the first half, and I know people are gonna point to whoever watched that game, which probably wasn't much because it was on a fucking random Tuesday afternoon. But he had the ankle injury. He was dealing with the ankle injury, and I know he was dealing with injuries the whole year. So I know that's part of it. But I feel like Nick Bosa right now, I would take Nick Bosa over Myles Garrett. I know that's crazy to sound. I know Garrett is an amazing player, but I would take Bosa, man. He is so dominant, and he makes his presence felt every down.
I think, like I said, with the receivers, the edges, there's so many good ones. There's so freaking many. It's so hard. It's like, what's the gap between the best edge rusher and the second best one? Like shoestrings? Nothing. No. So I agree with you, man. Like I don't blame you for wanting Nick Bosa. I still think Garrett's better than him. It's very close. It's just like it's kind of a pick 'em. I feel like with the top 4, it's pick 'em. And with Aaron Donald, he's Aaron Donald at this point. Right. He's just the best defensive tackle we've ever seen in football.
Go ahead and slot him in.
and this wasn't what I'd call the best year I've seen from him. He definitely like went from like 100% to like 90%.
Right.
And his 90% still better than almost everybody.
Yeah.
And
so let's talk about the cornerback position, Max.
Okay.
So
I can't believe we had 2 out of 3.
Really? So who'd you think I was gonna pick?
I didn't think you'd have AJ Terrell anywhere near this list. I didn't think.
Surprisingly, just a little spoiler alert, I got 2 Falcons on here, and the second one is not who you think. The other one's on defense. So once we get there, I got a little surprise there. But yeah, AJ Terrell, fucking amazing, dude. I mean, not everyone can be Trayvon Diggs and get thrown on and get a bunch of picks. AJ Terrell on a bad defense, he kind of reminds me of a modern day Nnamdi on the Raiders. The defense fucking sucks.
That's a good
defense. Yeah, their defense is ass all over the place. But all you can count on is AJ Terrell. Teams are like, we're not going to throw it there.
They were the only defense that didn't give up a play of 40+ yards, all year.
That's
That
a
has
great
something to do
fucking
with
stat.
AJ Terrell because, hey, if you can leave one guy in the corner, your other guys can get help a lot more than the other guy. I liked him, man. I just Jalen Ramsey, he's special, right? He does so
Yeah.
much different shit. Like I know Mike Evans burnt him, but still, Jalen
He's
Ramsey had a hell
like
of a year.
he's the 2010s. Not really, but I would say ever since he's been in the league, he's been that guy to like you really like hand the torch to, like the Champ Baileys, the Charles Woodsons. Like he's this generation's best corner, and he's
Yeah.
here for a fucking long time.
I don't even think it's close though between him and number 2. Like I
Yeah,
wouldn't. I would maybe say J.C. Jackson or Trayvon Diggs is 2 or 3 or Tyrell,
yeah.
but
And I would
Jalen's
say
just a
this:
different guy.
Jalen can do what AJ Terrell does, and
Yeah, if he
that's
wanted
like
to.
yeah. But I think the way that the Rams are playing him, I think
Well, they
his
have him in that
stats
weird spot, right? Like where he's like
right.
involved in plays where they just can't. They
Yeah,
have to like look at him,
no,
which I think is cool.
yeah. And some corners, like the Richard Shermans of the world back in the day, they were just left corner. That's it. Like he wasn't gonna go anywhere. And I mean that's what makes Jalen Ramsey so special. Like he travels, he plays zone, he plays man, he got track speed. He's the whole fucking package. Now, that third corner that we're disagreeing on, I got Trayvon Diggs and you have JC Jackson. I don't blame you with JC. Honestly. I get you, but
Look,
I'm
11
going
picks is really cool. I think
yeah,
it's
yeah.
really cool. So this one to me, I'll put it like this: Trayvon Diggs was next guy up right here. I had no problem with anyone putting him there. 11 picks. You could be a terrible corner. You get 11 picks. Like that's insane, right?
Yeah.
Like you're a good corner if you get 11 picks. Doesn't matter if you give up 1,000 yards, 2,000 yards. Trayvon Diggs is a good corner, and a lot of time he's asked to play like that. Hey, we don't give a fuck if you give up yards.
Yeah.
Go get picks. Make a turnover happen.
Yeah. JC Jackson's a stud, dude. Um I gotta reward Trayvon Diggs at
I
some
feel you,
point.
dude. I feel you, man. And I wanted to reward J.C. Jackson because I thought the Patriots defense was pretty good, and I think he's the best player on it.
Yeah.
And I think
It-
let's be real, Trayvon feasted against the weak some weeks.
oh yeah, most definitely. But I think him making plays on the ball is special. Like I think him having the ball in his hands and
Hmm.
him making plays on the ball, I think it is a special trait that he has.
Definitely.
Him as a lockdown corner, I simply don't think that's what he is. But you know what? He plays his position very well and very elite. And I gotta reward him on that. And you know, first team all pro. Is he the best corner in the league? Definitely not. But corners get burned all the time. Jalen Ramsey, as highly we're talking about him, Mike Evans got right behind him in one of the
Yeah.
biggest playoff games of the year. Ironically, it was
If
Tom
you're a
Brady's
good
last
corner,
throw,
it doesn't
but
matter if you're Deion Sanders. In today's NFL, you give up yards. It's just two
exactly.
creative offenses. The receivers are too freaky. And I want to go to the safeties real quick. One, you know how much I love Micah Hyde and Jordan
Yeah,
Poyer. I just thought Micah was better than him. And I don't think there's a safety that's asked more to do than Derwyn James. They're like, hey, go play slot corner. Hey, go guard a tight end. Go play run support. I loved what I
he is
saw out of
everything.
Derwyn James. I'm happy he's healthy. He, to me, has the most talent of any safety in the league.
Yeah. And he proved it this year. We when we're doing our top 10 positions, we had high praise for Derwin James. He was a guy that we kept on saying if he's healthy, he's a top safety in the league. And as crazy as this sounds, I think he can be even better,
Absolutely.
honestly.
They
If
put
they
him in
get
some
him.
dumb positions too. It's like
Yeah.
I don't want him covering a slot. Like I've seen him line up against like Hunter Renfro. It's like that's
I
not
would
his
like
matchup.
I would like to see him play how Gus Bradley was playing him when Gus was there as defensive
Hmm.
coordinator. More in the box,
I
more
think
as
they
a
had to play him
linebacker.
like that though. They had to because they were just
He
so
was just
shitty.
dangerous though. Like it's kind of like I'm not comparing him to Jamal Adams because I think he's fucking light years ahead of Jamal Adams as far as coverage is just not even close. But the whole thing with Jamal Adams is like the closer he is to the ball, the more disruption he's gonna have. I feel that way with Derwin James. The closer you get him to the line of scrimmage, the more disruption you're gonna have. And I just think the Chargers should do that a lot more. And, it's cool to have him in coverage. Like, I know he can do all that, but I just feel like you got to utilize him even better and put him more inside the box. Still
Definitely.
an all-pro. I love Derwyn James, dude. Fuck the Chargers, but Derwyn James is fucking good. Micah Hyde. You had Micah. I had Kevin Byard. I just think he's one of the most underrated players. He had a bounce back year this year. He was fucking putrid the last 2 years. He got that big contract, didn't live up to it, and this year he bounced back in a big way. And I feel like he was one of the big turning points of Tennessee being good on defense. Like, he's the backbone of that secondary. Lot of changing parts in there. Their first round pick, Caleb Farley, got hurt early. I think they lost what's his name, Adoree Jackson this year. So they were dealing with a lot of different cornerbacks, a lot of young players like Christian Fulton, and I felt like he was the most consistent part in that back end and just that defense in general. Like,
Definitely.
Byard was amazing, dude.
He
But I
definitely
don't
was a
blame you on
steadying
Hyde.
force. He was a steadying force back there for sure. I thought he played really well. Like you said, bounce back year for him. And I thought kind of a bounce back. Is it a bounce back year for Darius Leonard? Because I feel like he was like even better this year than last year. So is that a
He
bounce back
was
or
no, I
like he's
bounce
always
back.
been good, right? But he went from
Yeah,
like an 85 to 100 again. I was like,
he went
wow.
from in the conversation for best linebacker to he's the best linebacker in the league. There's no question. And yeah, is that due to part of Fred Warner having a down year and maybe dealing with a little bit of injuries? Yeah, but it happens, bro. And Darius Leonard, he does something that's the most valuable, dude. It's kind of like my Trayvon Diggs reasoning. You get your hands on the ball. You create turnovers. And that's so valuable in the National Football League. And Darius Leonard does that, dude. He's the king of it. I would like to say he's like Charles Tillman with the peanut punch. Like, he's mastered it.
I like definitely has mastered it. And Micah Parsons won. We don't have to say anything. He's transformative. Coverage, amazing. Rushing the passer, amazing. Blitzer, amazing.
Did you think he was gonna be this good?
No, I did not,
I
sir. I
didn't
was
think so
like, damn,
either.
he'll be good at coverage.
Right.
He was like, no, I'm good at everything. And like he
Fucking
said the NFL's
Cowboys,
too
man.
easy. He's like, the NFL's easy. He fucking made it look easy. And
I'll
that
tell
is,
you one
I think,
thing.
everybody we've talked. Is that everybody we've hit?
No, so inside guys.
Oh, you got Jeffrey
We got
Simmons. I
Don.
had Hayward.
So you have Jeffrey Simmons in your second team?
Yeah, so we can talk about him then if you want.
Yeah. So, just a little thing on Simmons. I just think he was better than Cameron Hayward, just straight up. Cameron Hayward, I know he had like moments that were like he's unblockable, but I don't know. I gotta go with Simmons. One more thing on Micah Parsons. Just, it's crazy how the Cowboys get so much fucking talent, Max. They
And then
get these guys that are fucking studs like CeeDee Lamb and Michael Parsons. They still don't win, bro. What the fuck?
Yeah, and it's their coach, bro. It's their coach.
Oh,
Mike McCarthy would not be the first team All-Pro coach. Still Belichick. He's still probably the best coach in NFL history. But I
I
guess
would argue.
you'd have to put who? Like, who's like a number one seed? Vrabel? Vrabel's in the discussion?
No. I think the Cowboys have some of the most raw talent next to like
yeah.
the Browns. Like,
Definitely.
just guys, you just put them in a vacuum. It's just like, geez, like Amari Cooper, fucking top tier talent. CeeDee Lamb, Micah Parsons, like some of the linemen that they have, Zach Martin, and even a guy like Leo Collins. Like, these guys just fit the part. And it's just amazing how these guys fucking lose, man.
I mean, that's kind of mean to the Cowboy fans. Do you want to do? Hey, you know what? Fuck
true.
the Cowboy fans. They're mean when they're good. We can be mean when you're bad. Do you want to do the special teams now or after?
Special teams, we'll do it after because
nobody. So we'll go to our second teams.
Yeah. So this is our second teams. Some of the differences. Oh, so you changed it. You changed your second team?
What?
No, you had. So who do you have at second team for
I have
quarterback?
Josh Allen.
Okay,
I never updated the thing because I forgot to because I had two
gotcha.
quarterbacks each. Josh Allen to me. Third guy was Brady before everyone calls me a hater. And then so we have a lot of the guys Juan has is like the first team. I have the
Yeah,
second team, and then second team. So let's just talk about the guys who we just are brand new. Like I'm not going to talk about Debo Samuel. You guys know why I have him in here. Everyone knows why Juan has Jamar Chase here, right?
right.
So where do you want to start? Look, Josh Allen, if you want to start there, Juan, I think he did more with less than Tom Brady. Like I know Tom Brady, everyone's talking about he had no weapons at the end of the year. AB was kind of banged up, but I still think Josh Allen, they asked him to do more than any quarterback in the league, probably, especially when it came to running the ball. He went nuclear at the end of the year, and he went nuclear in the playoffs. I think he's the second best quarterback in the league. I thought he had a hell of a year. And again, how many times we have to say this one? How the fuck do you pick these guys? We don't have
Yeah,
Patrick Mahomes. I don't even think he
I
deserved it,
just.
truthfully, if you only include two guys.
Oh no, Patrick Mahomes definitely did not deserve to be an All Pro. I think Brady deserved to be an All Pro. Threw for the most touchdowns, I think, and most yards. Correct me if I'm wrong, but
No, you think you're right. I believe he has an all-pro case too. Like I'm not
yeah,
mad at anybody. It's
and
really a pick 'em.
it is. It is. I get you with the whole. Did more with less. I just think Brady went through a lot of shit too, man. Like
AB.
uh, AB. I mean, not only that, like this is a guy who lost Leonard Fournette for a good portion of the season. Like Ronald Jones was having problems.
Yeah,
Mike
definitely.
Evans was banged up.
Bang.
Like there was
Godwin
a
goes
point in
down.
time.
Yeah, I get it.
There was a point in time where they were playing the Jets and Brashard Perriman is fucking making big plays because
And
that's all
big
they
that's your
have.
boy. That's your boy, Brashad. Madden God
Yeah.
right there. Come on, don't
And
be hating on
the
Brashad.
defense was struggling at times. And you just got to give it up to Brady, man. Brady, the whole age thing too, the fact that he's doing this at 44 years old, I had to give it to Brady, man. Rodgers won the MVP. He was the best quarterback in the league, but to me, Tom Brady was second. Now, from a talent standpoint, and who would I take? With all things considered, I probably will take Josh Allen. He's younger, obviously, so I don't blame you with the whole Josh Allen thing, dude. Like you saying that,
I just want to say I wasn't doing that. I wasn't doing that argument. Like he's younger, he's better. I just thought this year. I thought he's better than Tom Brady. That's
yeah,
why I picked him. I liked how you went with Austin Eckler too. I like how we both didn't just put Nick Chubb in here. I picked Cordero
yeah,
Patterson. I thought he was amazing. I thought he was the best player on offense other than Kyle Pitts.
right.
No Calvin Ridley too. I thought C Flash P. He a dog, bro. I don't know what else to say, man. I
I
think he
gotta
had a
see
really good.
Flash P on my special teams. I know you
Oh, you
didn't bother
will.
to get a kickoff return.
No,
I'm
that
pretty
shit's
sure you
dead.
will put him to.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, 2 for 1.
Yeah. But Nick Chubb, man, Nick Chubb, he only played 14 games. He had 1,259 yards rushing, 8 touchdowns. When he played, it was there, but I felt like the impact that he had from last year to this year was such a big difference. And maybe that's because they were down a lot in games, but really I can only see Nick Chubb being an impact player like twice this year where he really changed the game, you know?
I thought Cordero again. He doesn't even get the full workload like that. Still, he still gets a good amount. I
Yeah.
just thought he impacted the game. And Eckler, I have no problem with Eckler. I thought he was good. He had some bad fumbles on for me
Yeah.
that hurts,
Yeah.
but catches the ball one, runs between the tackles. What
Yeah.
can't he do really?
I mean, he's he's like the Swiss Army knife for the Chargers offense.
I feel like
They
he's exactly what you want from a running back. You don't pay him 20
Yeah.
million, you pay him like 8, and he's amazing.
Yeah. And I know they're not the best rushing team, and that was kind of their downfall, but you can't deny all the fucking touchdowns this dude has, all the production that he has.
People he makes miss one. You always
Yeah.
talk about it. He makes
Yeah.
guys miss, and he's a little power back in the little hamster body of his.
Right. It's crazy to me that he didn't even make the Pro Bowl.
Oh,
That's fucking
who
insane.
cares? Mac Jones
I
made the
know.
Pro Bowl. Let's do it. I love it. So stupid.
Oh man, yeah, that's insane. The receivers kind of self-explanatory. A lot of guys just miss games flat out.
Mhm.
Like the DeAndre Hopkins missed games.
Gone. Yeah.
Um, who
No,
else? Mike
no,
Evans was
no
banged
Calvin
up. Missed.
Ridley barely
Yeah,
played.
Calvin Ridley, who's another top receiver in the
Even
league.
like
AJ
people like
Brown.
DJ Moore and guys like
Yeah,
that. It's like, oh wow, we have no one to throw them the ball. So how can you do it? And it's just weird. Like I just don't think you can make a case for anybody else. And believe me, I tried. I was like, man, like let's go through it. Maybe Terry McLaurin, but again, he has no one throwing him the ball worth the
yeah.
shit.
Stephon
So
Diggs had a down year.
yeah, I didn't think he deserved to be up there with these guys. Like Justin Jefferson, he's the
Yeah,
second best receiver to come out of LSU in the last 2 years, which is crazy to say. And he's been a nothing but amazing. And Tyreek Hill's Tyreek Hill. He just,
right,
even if he doesn't catch 5 passes for 200 yards, he changes games with his speed.
right. And
I think same thing with Mark Andrews. One, like make the case for somebody else other than him. Like he had better
right,
stats than Kelsey, but I just feel like he gets
it
force
was
fed the
tough.
ball. He
It
gets
was tough. You want to put Pitts in there just because he did have a good year for a rookie, but the shit that Mark Andrews was doing
yeah.
uh on a consistent
He's
basis
their
for the
only guy,
Ravens.
really.
Yeah,
Like I know Marquise Brown is fun, but he's not no real like receiver. He's just like a gimmicky guy, deep threat.
yeah. And
I don't mean to be mean.
Is Kittle better than him? Yes, he's a better tight end than Mark Andrews. But this all plays in the count of health. How many games did you play? And it's a regular season award, so it means what was your stats like?
No
And
one's gonna
all the
think
rest.
Mark Andrews is more talented one, like you said.
Yeah, exactly. Because I know there's gonna be some, probably Joey. Oh, did you not pick Kittle? It's like, come on, dude. He missed
Snubbed.
games.
Snub.
He missed games, and Andrews just had a better year. It's the same reason why I think Waller's more talented than Mark Andrews, but he damn sure didn't have a better year than him. And by far, there's probably only 3 tight ends this year that had a consideration of being an All Pro, and that's Pitts, Kelsey, and Andrews. And
Mhm.
Pitts really, come on, he only scored 1 touchdown. How impactful really was he? Like, come on.
And it's not his fault, but it's
It's
just the
not his
reality.
fault either.
He had an
Yeah.
amazing year for a rookie, but Travis
Yeah.
Kelsey has that year. We're like, that's a kind of a bad year for him.
Yeah.
So there's a difference in it. And on the O line, we both have Rashawn Slater. I have Quentin Nelson as one of my guards. I have Corey Linsley. I changed it again. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
Look, I don't need to talk about those two. I want to talk about Rashawn Slater because fuck, we had to eat so much crow on this guy, dude. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah. Amazing, dude. He's the
Maybe
real
he did
fucking
do.
deal.
Maybe he did dominate Chase Young. Maybe we were
I
wrong.
mean, out the gates, dude. He played Chase Young week 1, handled
He kind of
business.
kicked his ass.
Yeah, he kicked everyone's ass this year, man. He was nothing to fucking play with, dude. When the Raiders played him, the Raiders played them twice. Whoever he was blocking, they were not getting shit. Yannick Ngakoue just got stonewalled every time he faced Rashawn Slater. Uh, one of the most impressive rookie years that you've seen, next to honestly Tristan Wirfs. The only difference is
Worst
that
again.
Wirfs really got the credit when it got to playoff time because he went
Yeah,
through like the gauntlet of some fucking great pass rushers.
dude. Ramczyk too had a hell of a year one. Ramczyk was
Yeah,
really good too. But again, once you get to the playoffs, you get the notoriety. And if if they get instead of the Raiders, we talk about them more. But we are going to talk about Rashawn Slater for years to come. It looks like.
yeah. And the
And
big
that
thing with these linemen, Max, because not a lot of people, obviously watch the film, and sometimes when you watch the film, you don't really understand on how certain offenses work, or how alignment you're supposed to grade alignment. A big thing with that is like I think last year we were talking about it. A guy like Orlando Brown. No, not Orlando
Ronnie
Brown.
Stanley.
Ronnie Stanley, the left tackle for the Baltimore Ravens. It was very hard for me to evaluate him because you don't really understand the nuances of their offense. Like, if you're looking at it from the outside looking in, you're like, what the fuck? This dude's only blocking for 2 seconds. Like, but that's just the way their offense is. Like, there's just certain things that you need to understand when you're watching film on a guy, and with the lineman, it's hard. But one thing that you can say about Rashawn Slater is that he dominated edge rushers, bro. Like any type of fast guy, he did not have a problem with it. Those short arms did not do him any fucking bad, dude. Like
Not at all,
he
dude.
fought right through it.
And it,
Another rookie that I had, Creed Humphrey. I was kind of shocked that you didn't have him.
oh, I picked Joe Thuney, so that's why. And he's a center, so I didn't want to. I went with Corey Linsley right there, man. You didn't. I didn't fuck over Jason Kelsey like you did. So I thought Creed Humphrey was great, and that's why I kind of picked Thuney because I thought the line for the Chiefs was really good. Other than the right tackle, they have a really good O line.
One of the most impressive revamps I've seen of an offensive line within 1 year.
Exactly. It's funny because it's like the Jets can't ever fix it, right? Or the Jaguars
Right.
can't ever fix it. And it's like, we're going to spend 1 year, we're going to fix this shit for our quarterback. And like sometimes Mahomes just sat back there and just got sacked, but it's like, damn, they blocked for like 6 seconds.
Yeah.
Like Orlando Brown's a really good left tackle. He's big as shit. Creed Humphrey's really good as a rookie. And it just is like a very good sign. Bad sign for Raider fans and everyone else fans, but good sign for Chiefs fans.
I was gonna say, or you can be the Raiders and devamped your line and just take a step back. And
yeah, I noticed you have 2 centers on here. I like how you have 6 offensive linemen for 5 positions.
Well, I put Hudson just because
I don't even want you to say his name because just give him credit because I know that's what
Rodney.
You
Hey,
love
Rodney
him.
was in the running for it, bro. I had to put his name down just for consideration. Like I was thinking about putting Rodney. Rodney had a great year besides the injuries at the end of the season.
They missed him bad.
They really did. I think a lot of people didn't really talk about it with the Arizona Cardinals, like with their run game. I just felt like he was a big part of it. And it's a guy that they needed, but he wound up getting hurt. So couldn't really put Hudson in there. Joe Thuney talked about him. I got Batonio. Who else do we have right here that we didn't talk about?
I have Andrew Whitworth, who I just was so impressed with at 40 years old. I think it's more impressive playing left tackle at 40 than playing quarterback at 40. No shade of Brady. I just thought he was really good, man. I think Andrew, like he's a stone wall back there, man. Yeah. He got a little banged up at the end of the year and was a little more human. But dude, 40-year-old left tackle. When do we see this? When?
Right. And I have Braden Smith for right tackle. I didn't cheat, unlike some people, you know.
Yeah, he has 2 centers. One has 6 linemen, but he didn't cheat. Well,
I put that for a note for me. I obviously didn't put Hudson.
You shouldn't even make the appearance. Look, it's tackles. Just kick him out. It's all good.
Yeah, but Braden Smith is fucking good, dude.
Really good. I just thought he was banged up a little bit this year.
Another guy too for the Colts that I was thinking of, Ryan Kelly. He's really fucking good.
Colts had a lot of banged up linemen. They would always seem to like go in and out of the games.
Most definitely. But any more comments on the second team, Max, for offense?
No, I think I'm really happy that we both didn't pick Nick Chubb because I like Nick Chubb. I just thought there were more impactful guys. Obviously, I think Nick Chubb's better than both these guys just at running the ball.
Yeah.
But being a running back's not just about running the ball anymore. And unless you can do it at a Derrick Henry type level.
This is all about rewarding guys for great years.
And it's our team.
And this is where the numbers count. This is where you fucking bring out the stats.
But I don't think we always go by the stats, Juan, because there's guys like Kelsey had shittier stats than Andrews, but we're like, that impact's better than Andrews. Like, that's just us, though. I feel like we take in the stats, but we also are like, what about the impact?
No.
Like, what about the impact? Like, to me, if someone threw for, like, if Kirk Cousins had 5,000 yards, it'd be like, well, they're kind of empty in a sense.
Right.
Sorry,
I'm just saying. I'm saying for a standpoint, like just because we're picking Eckler over Chubb, like you said, like it doesn't mean Chubb is better. Just think he had a better year than him. Like, but if we're doing a fantasy draft in Madden, I'm taking Chubb.
Absolutely,
You know what I mean? Let's move on over to defense. This is where it gets kind of fun. We had a little cool conversation about this. For edge, we had two of the same? No, only one of the.
No, I have two. I have Crosby and I have Crosby. Yeah, so we have one of the same.
One
because I have Bosa, so obviously that's where Garrett came into it. And I had Robert Quinn because I thought he was really good. He had 19 sacks. I loved Robert Quinn. He was beating that ass. He's the best pass rusher in Chicago. Shout out to Khalil Mack. Still hurts one, I know. Sorry.
Yeah.
And
not the best pass rusher on his team.
No, I had Jeffrey Simmons, and I mean, I don't need to explain it, right? We already talked about
it. Yeah, self-explanatory. A lot of these guys are just second team default because, You picked other guys for the first team, and it's swap for me. So a guy that I know everyone's gonna be talking about, like, Juan, why did you pick this guy? This is the other Atlanta Falcon I had for linebacker. Max only picked one linebacker. He wound up going the double edge route because there's more talent at edge. And he said, fuck it, it's my list. I can do what the hell I want. I went the traditional 2 linebacker. I went Bobby Wagner, and I have no clue how to say this dude's name, but it's Foysaid
Olulukan.
Alukan
or something. He's good. He's really good.
He was really fucking good.
Deion Jones is probably better than him, but man, he had a hell of a year. Him and Deion Jones are fun, dude. They're so effing fast. It's crazy. I like that pick one. I really like it. I almost like it as much as both of us having Vita Vea. I can't believe you put him. That's crazy. I'm excited to hear why you put him there.
I mean, I think it's impact. He had a career high in sacks. He had 4 sacks as a big boy.
But like, I feel like what he does is real important to their team, and he's the best person at doing that. He's like, hey, I'm Snacks Harrison, but better. And I feel like there's times he pushes the pocket and gets pressure and he doesn't get sacks. That's just how I feel about Vita Vea. Like, if there's one guy you were like, one
trick pony.
No, he's not a one trick pony. Is what I'm saying. Like, not like Damon Harrison. Damon Harrison was like, I'm gonna stuff the run. That's all I'm gonna do. Yeah. But he gets pressure, and that's what I like about Vita Vea. And I want to reward guys like that who's just like, hey, I don't get enough credit because all I do is stop the fucking run. You have to have 2 guys block me every play. Keeps everybody clean, and that shit's important.
At first, you want to tell the audience who
I had Trey Hendrickson. I don't want to talk about it. I just wanted to make one pissed off.
So okay, the document says Chandler Jones, but you texted me. You said I'm switching my pick to Max Crosby. So you got Bosa, Crosby, Quinn, correct?
Yes, correct. Okay. I do. And Max Crosby just gets so many damn pressures. And this is what I said to Juan. I was like, I had Chandler Jones, I had Trey Hendrickson. I was like, these are all the best players on their shitty defensive lines. And I just think Crosby was more consistent throughout the year with getting pressure. He's honestly the worst part about him is getting the sack. But he moves quarterbacks off the spot all freaking day, and I hope this wasn't a 1-year thing.
Yeah. No, most definitely, dude. Max
do you even have to talk about him? You've just been slobbering on him for like 16 weeks now.
Hey, look, man. Max Crosby, definition of a game wrecker. I mean, you look up all the pressure he has, and I know it's a Pro Football Focus kind of stat, for pressures. But when you're in the same breath as Aaron Donald, who's probably one of the only guys in the league to be stacking up these pressures. It's not like everyone else just stacks them up. Like it's not like this stat has a bad edge rusher that's stacking them up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Guys. Like it's always good players. Yeah, it's always like the great players in the league. And Max Crosby I think he had like over 100, which is fucking crazy. And I think the best way to describe him is disruptive. That's all he does. And he doesn't really have a patented move besides just fucking physically imposing his will on a guy. Like literally putting his hand in someone's chest and backpedaling the fucking offensive lineman. Like that's his go-to move. And a little bit of the spin move. If I had to say there was a move that he does a lot, it's the spin move.
Like one out of every 5 is a spin.
Right.
Everything else is
it's like he went to the school of Dwight Freeney, it seems like. But Crosby, dude, he deserves it. Not to, the only reason why he's not first team for me is the sacks. And sacks can be such a deceiving number, dude. I think the year that he had is the big reason why you can't put all of it into the sack numbers. Definitely. I think he had 9 or 8 sacks.
Yeah, and it just doesn't reflect how disruptive he is. And that's it's like Khalil Mack's had years where he has 10 sacks or 11 sacks. Exactly. And it's like every play he's getting a pressure.
And the Raiders the Raiders didn't have the best of defense. Middle of the pack. We didn't have the best corners. But definitely do Max Crosby amazing year. And he deserves sack. I'm glad you picked him. And I'm glad you went to go watch the tape again and you decided on Crosby.
Watched a lot of tape, man. It's so fucking close. I'm not going to apologize. It's hard to pick.
Hendrickson, I just felt like he had more time. I know that was one of the conversations you had with me that like you felt like Crosby had a little bit more talent as far as like especially like the edge duo with Yannick. But I feel like Hendrickson has a lot of talent, dude. Just in
Mm-hmm.
the scheme in general, just his team with DJ Reader, BJ Hill, Hubbard, who's Okunjobi. I
Yeah.
think that's the
Even
other
though he's
guy.
hurt, he was solid as shit for them. They just
Yeah,
had a lot
he
of
was.
solid guys, man, truthfully. And Henderson was the guy who was above average and who really
Yeah.
played a key
And
part
he
for
got
them.
the sack numbers. He gets
Definitely.
sacks, dude.
Absolutely. And real quick, can I go to linebackers real quick?
Yeah.
So I have Demario Davis. You had Bobby Wagner.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like they're splitting hairs. Like they both are kind of like the leaders of their defense in a way, and they just get tackle machines. They're both have kind of lost a step in coverage. That's what it feels like to me. What do you think? But I think they're both
Uh
very excellent players. Excellent players.
it was tough to pick linebacker, honestly. I was fishing. I was
It's
fishing.
dying, man. It's like where's Devin White supposed to be? Where's Tremaine Edmonds? Roquan Smith?
Right.
Roquan
There's
Smith
just a
has a
lot of
case, but
yeah, there's a lot
where are
of
those guys
great
stepping up?
there's a lot of great talent with linebacker, but none of them really just had good years, you know? Devin
Yeah,
White had a down year. Honestly, he took a step back for me.
definitely. He didn't play like he did in the playoffs. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And
And
then
Bobby Wagner to me was just consistent, dude. On a consistent basis, he was the most consistent thing on Seattle, dude. Got
mhm,
tackles, made plays. Bobby Wagner, I think ever since he stepped foot in the NFL, he's been an all pro. So I'm
definitely.
rewarding him with the second team at least.
And for my corners one, Trayvon Diggs, I don't need to explain. And Casey Hayward, I just thought he was really good in coverage, and he
I
didn't
was
give up a
shocked
lot
you
of big
picked
plays.
Casey.
I really liked what I saw from him. I wasn't trying to be a Raider homer, and I'm sure there's people I could have put. I'm sure Xavier Howard, for instance, but I just thought Casey Hayward, a very quiet year, and he didn't get enough love. That's why I went with
Yeah.
him.
And I made a mistake. I know on my document that I sent to you, I put Kenny Moore,
Oh my
but
god, I
I'm
won the
no
bet in my head.
JC Jackson. No, JC Jackson. I forgot about him. I forgot to put him down. But I went with Awuzie and JC. Awuzie, there's a reason why the Bengals are in the Super Bowl. And it's because one of the reasons, besides Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase and their offense, is the zone coverage that these fucking corners play on their team. They were the number one zone coverage corners in the NFL.
Yeah,
Like, it wasn't close. And I have to reward that. Awuzie, plus he got his hands on the ball. Like, Casey only had one pick. It came at the end of the year. Like,
big
I
pick.
just, yeah. Awuzie, I just feel like he's a better player and had the better year than Casey. But a guy that was considered for it was Kenny Moore. Kenny Moore had an amazing season besides the last two games.
So do you owe
I'm
me
being
wings for that?
I forgot what the bet was, and
You
I'm
said he
pretty
was
sure
going to be. It was like something about with picks, but then you're like, he's going to be ass. He's not that good. And you considering for all pro, I call that a win,
he
bro.
was. Hey, look, I'm just
That's
saying
a dub.
he
Spam
took a
dubs in the
huge
chat.
step. He looked like absolute shit the last two games of the season.
I
I'm
know.
just gonna
I
say that.
agree. I agree. Just let's move on. Let's just say he was good. I won the bet.
Hunter Renfro tore that ass up.
Whatever. Let's just go to our safeties, and we basically you whatever you want to say about Micah Hyde, we say about Jordan Poyer. Same fucking guy. I just think that I think Baker and Bates mean a lot to their teams. Bates made the biggest play of the year for them, basically.
Yeah.
And Budo Baker's the heart and soul of the Cardinals team. That honestly started off so freaking good and just fizzled out. But I want to reward him. It's like what Cam Akers did to him in that playoff game. But
Right.
Buda's amazing, man. He's a missile. He can cover. I mean, what else do you need to add to either of these guys? One.
No, it's great safeties. I don't blame you.
We had the same
For
guys. Yeah,
yeah.
same guys.
No, but I had Hyde
Yeah, I
for
mean,
my
same
third.
guy. I just like
Yeah.
Buffalo. You know how I got to
Yeah.
go with my Buffalo boys.
One more guy that I wanted to get your opinion on that you didn't really comment on. I'm
All right, no
surprised.
Trayvon Morewig, okay? I don't want to talk about him. Sorry. Who do you want to talk
No,
about?
inside guy, Chris Jones. You have a problem with that?
No, I just thought there were guys better this year, and maybe stop playing edge for the first 4 games.
True.
Better
I
inside than
just
outside for sure. He was
right.
really good inside. He's a game wrecker
Yeah.
inside.
Yeah. Which one of these guys from the second team All Pro can be a lock next year if you had to pick 2 locks, one from the offense, one from the defense? If you had to put a bet, who would you say will be a lock for a first team next year?
Josh Allen, Nick Bosa.
Okay.
Debo in third. What about you?
I'm going to go Jamar Chase for the offense. The defense is tough, man.
Garrett,
if I had a
would
bet,
say.
if I had a bet, it would probably be Garrett. But I'm going to go Buda Baker.
Ooh, I like the Buda Baker. Can we go to special teams, dude? I really want to talk about how you're just a fucking idiot right now. We both have the same punter, AJ Cole. Who's Juan's kicker? Daniel Carlson over Justin Tucker. You're on drugs.
DC, baby.
66-yard field goal to win. You're a hater.
Game winners for Daniel Carlson.
Yeah, 6 not from 66, buddy.
6 of them.
Not his fault. Your team sucks. That's our list, though. I liked it, man. We had fun.
Yeah,
you're an asshole. That's our list. You're
a
homer.
I don't give a fuck. Daniel Carlson just had a better year. He had a better year. Can you argue that he didn't? You're gonna say he didn't have a better year than Justin Tucker.
Justin Tucker, enough said.
Can't just go off name, dog.
Justin Tucker, enough said. You going off Brady's name? Justin Tucker, enough said.
I ain't going off Brady's name.
End the show. Let me go. Let me go.
You a hater, dog. The Raiders got the best special teams in the league. Besides you. Come on.
He didn't come back. Coach got fired. Coach got let go.
Hey, he can still come back, all right? That's still open. We're an hour in, man. We really enjoyed these All Pros. We hope you guys did too. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you guys are new. Hit that like button. Comment down below any disagreements that you have. If you guys disagree that we didn't have any what's some of the teams we didn't have on here? I didn't have no Eagles.
You're an asshole.
I didn't have no Eagles.
No Jaguars, sorry.
No Jags.
No Texans.
Yeah, kind of rough there. I think did we have someone from every single playoff team?
Yeah, I'm sure we did.
I just didn't have an Eagle.
You didn't have an Eagle, asshole. I didn't have a Buck.
Steeler.
No, I have Vita Vea. We're good.
Yeah. So I think we did pretty good from there, you know. Playoff teams got to have some talent. But audio listeners, you guys have been killing it lately, man. We appreciate all the listeners we've been getting on the audio side. Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Go ahead and look us up on there. Subscribe. 5-star rate us, baby. Give us that 5 stars as Max went in the dark for a little bit right there. It was kind of scary. Ooh, 0 dark 30 right there. But we got to let you guys go, man. The fucking show's going off the walls. We'll see you next time. We'll see you guys Wednesday, all right? Have a good weekend. Peace.